everybody, it's Christian from Triple C Mayhem Games. So I got an email the other day about a package I got in the mail. And I was like, what package did I'm supposed to be getting? Marissa didn't mail anything off to me yet, so I was kind of curious. I hadn't bought anything in a while. But then when I went to the post office today, I got a box here, right? And so the date on this box is actually July 16th. And it is officially September 13th here. So you can imagine this is 2 months in the making, right? So what happened was I ended up purchasing some comic books off of a guy named Joseph Hoyt. He's on Facebook. He's one of my Facebook comic book groups. And the books never came. And I was like, what's going on, right? I was like, I understand that the mail is kind of freaking slow, but let's be real here. Well, Joe reaches back out to me and says, after he already shipped the book, he said, dang, man, I shipped you the wrong books. So I said, that's fine, man. Let me know what the cost is. I'll pay for these new books. I already had the books that he shipped me. So I was like, no big deal. I'll pay. He's like, nah, don't worry about it, man. My mistake. I'll ship it to you for free. I said, sign me up, right? So they never came. The book still, the second set got here like a week later. And I'm thinking, okay, that was fast. But where did this shipment come from? And so I kind of just forgot about it. I didn't even realize it was still en route until today. So pretty excited about it, actually. And so in here, I believe there's some books to finish off maybe one of my Spider-Gwen sets. But I'm not quite sure exactly what's in here. So I can't wait to open this up and check a look at it, right? Also, today is the release of the new Japanese Pokemon set here. I believe it's called Dragonia, right? Dragona. So I'm going to go out and try to get 1 or 2 booster boxes of those and bring them back probably today or tomorrow. And I'm going to bust those bad boys open and see what's up. I've been trying to find the cards on the apps, and I only see maybe 40% of the cards. So I'm not quite sure what all the cards look like. So I'm really excited to see what the rest of those cards look like. Anyways, so back to comic books, right? So super excited about it. Like I said, I haven't bought them in a while, so I'm hoping that there's something in here that I'm like, okay, cool. Wow, didn't realize I bought them, right? But if you haven't checked out some Facebook pages on there, Comic Books Coast to Coast is really good. They got a few others that I really enjoy, but definitely check them out. A lot of good sellers there. Excuse me. The one thing about I like buying on YouTube, on Facebook, is that you're not dealing with all the extra fees. You're not dealing with the eBay fees that are going to happen. The prices that are taken out, you're selling. You're not dealing with anything off of Mercari. You're not dealing with anything off of any other website, right? So most of those sellers are going to be selling them to you straight price, no tax included. They usually use PayPal goods and services. So if you don't have a PayPal account, highly recommend getting you a PayPal account for it, okay? But great people. If you ever need some point of contacts for some POCs, I've got a lot of people on there that are great sellers, and I can definitely push them your way if you're interested in a lot of books, graded and ungraded books. I would say the majority of the community that I'm involved in is a good split on graded and ungraded or raw comics, but I think most people like the raw comics. Most of the guys, I think, they think that they're talking about like CGC and not PSA, CGC and man, how do I not remember it? I'll think about it here. The other grading companies are just a crock of shit, right? And they're just out there for money. They're not out there for whatever. I mean, a lot of people only collect comic books that are just graded, just for the viewer. But your thought is like, well, how are you going to read that book? Do you even care about reading that book? Do you even care that there is a storyline that goes from one book to the next? Most people do. They want to hear they want to read the story. They want to figure out what character they like the most and follow that character through it. Maybe they like the artist. Maybe they like the author of that book. If you buy a graded book, you have to either buy a reader copy. A reader copy is just a really beat up copy of it, so you can have that for reading, and then have your copy that's up, nice and graded, or you just don't read it at all. All right, you could buy the manga aspect, not manga, but you could buy like the graphic novels, which is like the thick hardback covers, but it depends on what you like, right? Those don't necessarily have a lot of value behind them, though, so that's the key. The original first prints with the good-looking covers on them, you know, those are where you're looking at like the good pricing, okay? Second thing before we go into comics, right? Maybe I'm gonna rant here, but I don't know what it's about. Or you think, hey, this $25 comic book is $350, right? So I'll give you an example. I saw someone on Facebook Marketplace selling Venom Lethal Weapon #1, or Lethal Protector #1, right? It is from 1993. It's a not old book, but obviously it's a Bronze Age modern book. And it's great. You know, it's like his first solo series, and the cover is a foil-based cover. Now there's there are a couple options, but the two main covers you'll see are the standard foil cover without the barcode, which is the direct edition, and the standard cover with the barcode, which is the newsstand edition. The newsstand edition will go for $300, $400, $500, graded, maybe more, depends, right? Based on the grade. The non-newsstand, the standard edition is like a $20, $25 book. So this person was selling an ungraded comic book of Venom Lethal Protector #1 for $350 on Facebook. And I thought to myself, what in the hell are you doing, man? Do people not understand that there are people that are going to pay that because they want that book and they're misled. That, hey, this is a great book, this has a lot of value to it. But this day and age, people just do not know what the hell they're doing when it comes to collecting comics, cards, action figures, pops, whatever it may be. They seem to think that, oh crap, I bought this for $1. It must be worth, it's on eBay. It's selling for like $200, great, you know? No, it's not selling for shit, right? So we got to think like, hey, there are ways to track down the real value for these. I feel bad for anybody that's misled and purchases a comic, a card, a pop, an action figure for way more than price because you didn't do your research. It's on you, honestly. I have no sympathy whatsoever for you. In today's day, there's so much technology out there. There's zero reason for us to be misled or be taken advantage of when buying collection pieces. This is what it is. With that being said, let's get down in the box here, right? So I have already opened this up, but I haven't opened the actual comics itself. I thought that'd be easier for the thing here. But it was relatively packaged decent. Okay or not, I mean, I don't know if this is duct tape or this is an actual black box here. So, you can see here, maybe you can't see it, but it definitely says July right here, okay? So, I'm good to go. So let's open this up. Now, the way he put it in here, normally you'll put like all the stuff in here. It's not a Gemini, but it's a decent box. And there are exactly, let's see here. There are 9 books in here. So evidently I bought more than I thought I did. So let's take a look. So he's got it wrapped up in a nice bubble wrap situation here, which is pretty cool. He did obviously use the blue tape, which is the key, blue painter's tape or masking tape. Do not use the clear Scotch tape. That shit is crap. It's terrible. It's gonna ruin your books. It's gonna piss off a lot of people. Do not do it, right? So this guy, thank you. Appreciate it, man. Love it. So let's unwrap this. Oh, look at that. Nice. See, nice and special. I love it. It's so beautiful. And look, I can reuse this bubble wrap. That's how you do it. There's no tape on it. It didn't get ruined. Man, fold it nice and neat. And so when I mail some books out or something else, I got bubble wrap. All right. And again, you'll see here, so they put them front to front, so they're all inside there. So let's take a look here. So I'll pull off the blue tape on all 4 sides before I do anything. I'm not gonna just pull them off in general. But one thing I do is I always rebag and board my books. There are very few times where I'll get a book and I will be so satisfied with the way it's bagged and boarded that I will not do so. It's not that I don't trust people, it's that most of these books are resale. They're not from someone's personal collection. They're just trying to make a little extra cash, which, cool, I get it, no problem. So why would they waste it? I mean, I waste the time to bag and board them because I think presentation is everything when it comes to doing so. And honestly, if I'm buying them by bulk, I can afford the extra 15 cents for a bag of board to do so. But I might hike the price up a little bit by 20 cents or whatever, just cover that, okay? But not everyone does that. So the first book I'm seeing here right now does have tape on the back. See, Scotch tape right there. This is why I rebag on board these books. I don't like that. I don't like anyone likes that. If I wanted to read this book, it's just not good for this aspect, right? So it's definitely get rebagged on board. So this one is the Spider-Gwen-Gweniverse #1 right here. So I did not have this book. I think I had 2 and 3, I believe. So this is awesome. I've been looking for this one here. It's only a 5-book series. I think this series is from 2019, I think. It definitely could use, I mean, the bag's got some, yeah, I see right here. Right here. This is the bag. So it definitely has some cuts on it. So we are definitely going to replace this here. It's not a super expensive book. So obviously, I'm not like, hey, you know, why is this not mint condition? I'll take it for what it is. But I can see a small scratch in the bottom here, which is unfortunate, right? But for something that's a $5 book, it's probably only like a $3 book. I'll take it. It's not like it's super expensive, right? That's good there. I don't know if you see here, you do have like the Wolverine aspect here, the Batgirl up here, and then you have her dressed up here as Captain America. I believe this is the first one where she is, but maybe I think there's another book cover where she's dressed up as Captain America as well. So pretty cool. All right, this one here, as you see again, the tape. Don't like it, right? This one also is Spider-Gwen #2 right here. Look at that. It's pretty awesome. This is her dressed as Thor. And then you have her here with Spider-Girl technically, but it is definitely Spider-Man, right? Whatever you want to call it. But that's a pretty awesome looking cover. I liked it. I just like the artwork. It's very definitive. It's pretty cool. Having the hammer up here, the spider web in the background. It's just distinct, right? So that's pretty neat. Ooh, okay, the third one is a giant size. It's actually my first one of Spider-Gwen giant size. So I'm a big Spider-Gwen fan. I think when they made her, it really changed the way people look at comic books, right? Especially like the Spider-Man books. Everyone's about Spider-Man, 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 right? But now you have this amazing female figure that brings a different environment, different audience to the scene. I think it's pretty great, actually. So this one here is giant size Spider-Gwen #1. It's actually in really, really good condition. That's a beautiful cover. You know, she's got the black looking suit on like you see her in the movies. Pretty awesome. That's a really nice cover there. It is a giant size 50th anniversary, so that's pretty cool. I don't know if this is a back connecting cover, like you open it up and it's one thing or not. We can take a look at it later on, but that is awesome. Really happy to see that book in there. All right. So book number 4. Oh, yes. So book number 4 is actually, I think he tossed some extra ones in here. I don't know. So book number 4 is a Star Wars book, Thrawn #1. Awesome cover. And this, I think, is about a $10 book right now. That's really cool. Thrawn is pretty awesome. We have at our house, I think I have a couple more of these. I have a lot of Star Wars books. I do really love Star Wars. So that's awesome. The storyline for Star Wars are so many versions, so many volumes of Star Wars that you just have to pick up one and just read them. And honestly, you can't just read book 1, 2, 3. There is a better way to read it. If you go to the collector app for these comic books here, it talks about like which issue you should read before you read the other ones. And so that way you're reading the storyline in order. Just be mindful of that if you are looking at that, right? So, but yeah, that's pretty awesome. Definitely glad to get a Thrawn #1 in there. So that's great. Then I got an Edge of Spider-Verse #1 as well. This looks like the volume 2, I'm guessing. Obviously you see it again right here, right? But this one has the Tyrannosaurus Rex in the back. And look at that. Look at that guy. That Tyrannosaurus Rex is pretty freaking sweet. This cover is awesome. It just has a different feel to the cover, right? I don't know who this is. I've never read the book before, so I'm super excited to check out this comic book series. I believe the Edge of Spider-Verse are also between 5 and 10 books each volume. So they're not a lot of books. So if you really like this style of stuff, like the graphic art on here, right? I recommend picking them up. You can get them for about $2 to $5 a book. If you're interested and never read a series, I recommend going down to your local comic shop and just picking up a couple and see how you like it, right? But that's awesome. Man, I like the fact that he has something like that. That's pretty neat too, like that. That's awesome book. Okay, Edge of Spider-Verse #2, right? And this has got some interesting characters on the front of it, right here. This is a second printing, so you'll see right here, second printing. A lot of the New Age comics have the variant editions, first, second, third, fourth printing, right? As much as the variants are pretty cool, I actually prefer the second, third, fourth printings. What I like about them is that they'll take the original cover and they'll just change the color of it, right? And then now you can collect that cover of 1, 2, whatever, right? And display it. It looks so badass. It really does, right? So I recommend anyone that likes a cover, like say this #2, right? Or this is, yeah, #2. And I can just, let me get the first printing and see what the first print looks like. Do I like them both? That's pretty cool. It's got like a cartoony style. I'm not sure if this is a Libera Isoto. Yes, so this is definitely not a Scotty Young printing. If you like Scotty Young, he's an author an artist that does more of like the bobblehead, like shrunk down, like pop style figurines on the covers. Super popular. His books go on average for $10 to $25, just because the artwork is so good. But they're all variant editions for the most part. But you'll see here, you got Spider-Man down here, you got Spider-Gwen here. This is, this is the new, I cannot remember what her name is, crap. Obviously you have another version of Spider-Man, a Spider-Woman here too, right? So I can't remember her name, but this looks awesome. Can't wait to read this too. Man, another one? I must have got the whole series. Okay, so Edge of Spider-Verse #3, right here. And again, 60 Years of Spider-Man. This is a Peach Momoko. It's gotta be, right? I think it's Peach Momoko. Let me just take a look. Yeah, this is her. So her background or her artwork is it's just different, right? And you'll know when you see a Peach Momoko cover, the colors are very like watercolor based. This is an awesome looking cover. I'm very happy I got this book. Yeah, I probably didn't buy this one, honestly. The one I'm looking here, I don't remember buying any of these books. So maybe he tossed in some for free because of the other ones were late. I don't know the answer to that question, but super excited about this. This is that Peach Momoko cover here. Looks pretty good. So you got Night Spider, which is up here, and then you got Sakura Spider, which is I think back here as well, and then Spider-Man India, which is the character right here. Okay, so pretty awesome looking. So that's cool. Edge of Spider-Verse #4 variant edition. See, I would not have bought this book. This is how I know I did not buy this book, right? So, this is called Spintress. It's got this princess on the front. See, no offense to variants. This is why I don't buy variants. Not my cup of tea. So, I'm going to go out and try to find the actual cover for this and add it to my collection. But it's still pretty good. Same story. Let me be fair. Same story, okay? So, don't be deterred because you see a variant cover unless you really want that first print, that original cover page, which most people do, okay? I don't know the price of this one. I can't really tell you. It is a $5 book because of variant. It has the potential to have some value. It could be a 1 in 10, a 1 in 25, a 1 in 50, or so on and so on. What that means, and I say 1 in 10, 1 in 25, 1 in 50, means that the store, the exclusive store, has to at least purchase so many of the copies in order to get one, right? So, hey, I have to pre-order 10 of these copies to guarantee that I'm going to get the one, right? And so that's kind of where that comes from. But take a look at them. I think it's pretty awesome. Like I said, not a fan of this here, but hopefully the story's still good. And then #5. So this is the 5th book, a variant edition as well. Edge of Spider-Verse #5, Web Weaver. Now this one's interesting as well. So you see it's the variant. I do not know. Obviously this is Web Weaver, I'm guessing, right? But you have the dinosaur in the background here as well that has a Spider-Man suit on, like the eyes are blacked out there, right? And then you've got all the characters in here are on their universe, right? So if you haven't seen the new films, right, they talk about the Spider-Verse and how they're interconnected webs and everything, right? These books here kind of fall on that line. You get Spider-Man from one generation to the next, or each universe, and that's pretty cool. to find out that there's all kinds of different Spider-Man and Spider-Girls, Spider-Gwens, you name it, from different universes, that's awesome. And I believe the first time we ever saw that was Spider-Man 2099. Being that, hey, that is universe 2099, or the year 2099, right? So, that's pretty cool. Knowing that, hey, we started out with one, went to the second one, and now you have other variations. You have Spider-Punk as one as well. So I love Spider-Punk, by the way. Pretty awesome. So anyways, that's what I picked up today. Super happy by the books I got right. Can't beat it. I said, I'm pretty sure I didn't spend this kind of money on the books. I didn't buy all these. I'm pretty sure I only bought these 4 books. And the other ones were added into here. But then again, I could be wrong. It's been 2 months since I purchased them. Anyways, well, let me know what you think. Are you interested in buying, looking at Spider-Gwen? Are you interested in looking at any more Star Wars books? Thrawn's pretty good. I think it's a $10 book. I think it was, right? Or are you interested in checking out Spider-Verse, Edge of Spider-Verse, right? These books are definitely interesting. If you have a inkling in your body that says, hey, those look cool, let me check them out. Why not, right? Most of these books, if not brand new, you can pick up for $3. Brand new, between $5 and $6 based on where you're buying them from. And if you're buying pre-order, if it's a hot item, whatever it may be. But highly recommend getting out there, checking some out if you're interested, or you might be interested. In the comment section, let me know what character you like in the comic book world. Is it Wolverine? Is it, X-Men in general? Is it Spider-Man? Is it Venom? Love Venom, by the way. His comics are fantastic. Or is it just, maybe you don't like it. Maybe you tell me why you don't like comic books, right? But anyways, hit that subscribe button so you can get some more content I got going on here. There will be more of these in the future. And I expect here shortly, I'm going to start looking at some manga stores here in Japan and do some videos on the manga stores as well, which they're pretty loaded here. They have so much. They have a different, you might see my Dragonball up here, right? They're much smaller. There are some bigger ones as well, but I'll take some pictures, maybe buy 1 or 2 just to have an extra, and you'll kind of see. You see my Dragonball up here, right? This big one here. That's part of like the manga series. That's a 30-year, it's an art book, by the way. So that book's pretty awesome. You can get this book in the States for less than like $50 or $60. I bought it for like, I don't know, 20. So that's a good deal. There's one more of these I want to get. It's pretty awesome. I took a picture a while back when I was in Kamakura. So hopefully I'll pick that book up in the future as well. But anyways, hit that like button, subscribe to the comments, and let me know what you all think, right? Otherwise, peace. I'm out. 2, 3, 4.